Kyle Rayner may appear as just an ordinary artist, but as fate would have it, he was destined to become so much more. One day, Ganfit, the last surviving Guardian of the Universe, found Kyle and chose him to become Earth's new Green Lantern. Why? Because Hal Jordan had wiped out most of the Green Lantern Corps. So it were up to Kyle to embrace his newfound powers and find the will to become a hero. Welcome to the 27th episode of Drunk Powerscaling, the show where I hungoverly powerscale my favorite characters.
That was pathetic.
Eventually, Kyle would put a stop to Hal, join the Justice League, and put a stop to his evil counterpart Oblivion. Quite impressive for someone burdened with the responsibility of resurrecting a Corps. Of course, being a Green Lantern comes with all kinds of neat tricks. For those unaware, Lantern rings work based on emotion. We've covered the basics in the previous video, but each core works differently. Green Lanterns are powered by their immense willpower, allowing them to create anything that they desire, only limited by their skill and creativity. Kyle is a huge nerd, so his constructs come in the form of kaijus or anime mechs. These constructs can even restrain others, amp his strength, and can summon constructs to fight for him. The sky's the limit really. Or he can just release his will in a big burst of energy. His energy is so potent it works down to the atomic level. He can even absorb energy to charge himself. It helps he's one of the greatest artists in history, so he's perfect for this. He's also an expert martial artist apparently, and a shockingly good marksman. The ring also allows Kyle to stabilize medical conditions and keep him in homeostasis, create force fields, fly, translate languages, communicate with others, tell Kyle anything he wishes to know, play back past events, heal from wounds, scan energy signatures, go intangible, teleport across universes, open portals across dimensions, can even manipulate reality to a degree, such as the time he changed Planck length to a whole centimeter, or the time he made an entire planet. If it were ever stolen, he can summon it back to him, and it has a genetic failsafe where only he can use the ring. Hell, if it were destroyed, Kyle's will is so strong he can will it back into existence. The ring does have a limit however. If depleted, he will lose power. Thankfully, that's why lanterns own batteries to recharge. They don't have pockets, so they hide their batteries in pocket dimensions or spatial rifts. If he were to somehow lose it, he has a fragment that acts as a spare. You'd be surprised, but his mask isn't just for show. It has enhanced computer and scanning capabilities that allow him to see farther away, in 3D or in infrared. Eventually, Kyle was found to not just be a champion of willpower, but for all emotions: hope, love, compassion, fear, rage, and avarice, becoming the first White Lantern. It's the same as any other core, but instead being powered by life and creation itself, sitting above all other cores. His ring can no longer be manipulated by others, and has a distortion field so nobody can remove it. He'd also gain the abilities of the other cores: Red's napalm breath, Orange's army creation, Fear's ability to instill fear into others, Hope's ability to heal wounds and supercharge his own powers, Compassion's teleportation, and Love's ability to heal fatal wounds. He can use all the colours combined with his own white light. The point being, he can pretty much manipulate all emotions now, in himself and in others. He's even overpowered Third Army members who were shown to be resistant to Lantern energy manipulation. He can now sense and project the emotions of others, and detect when someone tries to alter with reality. He possesses clairvoyance, and above all else is his creation of a life. He can even bring life to dead planets. He can even view the life of alive and dead beings, and manipulate light itself so that travel from places such as the Source Wall is now possible. It's even implied he can bring anyone back from the dead. He of course has a number of resistances, such as the mind control on a universal scale. He can break free of mental attacks and resist the control of parallax, the embodiment of fear, something Kyle, the greatest Green Lantern in existence, could not do. Kyle is even immune to viewing hyperdimensional data that would scramble a normal person's mind. Now, All of the above is fine and dandy, but the one thing people debate on giving Kyle is the life equation, the code for all life itself, the equation that makes up the emotional spectrum, with Kyle being the only one capable of accessing its full potential. The life equation allows Kyle to create objects, alter the universe, change people into others. It encompasses all of life, which exists across all of DC's infinite cosmology. The reason it's contentious is because, well, he willingly gave it up. He split it to create the White Lightning Core. I think it's fine to use personally, because guess what else he doesn't have anymore? Yep, the White Ring itself. So I think it's fine to use in the same way, say, Bowser and Dr. Eggman will be given all their tools. That's enough of that though. Let's talk Drain beings as powerful as his fellow Lanterns. He's destroyed a huge meteor, created an artificial sun, can knock out Calabac, who can draw blood from Superman, as well as knock out Wonder Woman. He can create constructs that can pierce the head of a weakened Anti-Monitor. Trader, someone Kyle has now surpassed, is comparable to post-Crisis Superman. He's best as Amazo 2000, who had the powers of the Justice League, Teen Titans, and the Flash family. Kyle once held off a big bang from a dude amped on multiple galaxies. Hal Jordan once defeated Dr. Polaris, amped with the magnetic force of the entire universe. Kyle would of course be comparable to Superman. Both post-Crisis and Golden Age Clark once clashed and threatened the universe, multiple realities, and all of space-time. Hal Jordan once one-shot Krona, who like Kyle possessed the power of the whole emotional spectrum. Kyle is also a threat to the Guardians, who can destroy the infinite multiverse. The most impressive thing he's done, however, is reshaping the entire life equation, which, by the way, exists beyond the source wall, which is at the edge of all known reality despite what some sources say. Even just manipulating a fraction of the source makes Kyle high outerversal. It's stupid, but it's DC. Let's move on to speed, where it is a bit less consistently able to keep pace of any other Lantern. He's caught a photon with a construct, dodged monsters coming at him near light speed, reacted to heat vision from Amazo, escaped the pull of a black hole. With Saint Walker, he flew at superluminal speeds. With Guy Gardner, he flew from Earth to Oa in minutes. He can keep pace with Superman and fly to the edge of the solar system. He can fly to other galaxies in short time frames, and the Guardians can do the same. Kyle's even created a construct that crossed over 10 light years within a few minutes. He can even tag Speed Force users like Jay Garrick and Wally West, who, you know, are straight up immeasurable in their speed. Kyle himself can fly at speeds beyond the laws of physics whilst entering hyperspace. And Hal Jordan can break through the Speed Force barrier. So yeah, immeasurable speed. Let's talk the Hell-Lord and Neron, tanked hits from best DC character Atrocitus that created the ground. He's endured being in a temperature of 4k degrees Fahrenheit with no issue, survived a nuclear explosion, endured lightning strikes from a planet, tanked a blast, destroyed an entire planet, took hits from the star-level traitor. He's endured hits from Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Wally West, and Superman. He can even augment his own durability with force fields, which can survive the force of stars. He can even survive attacks from Parallax Hal. Not to mention, he's basically the direct opposite of Necron, who endured an attack from every single Lantern Corps at the same time. Above all of these feats and scaling, the fact he can box his direct parallel equal, Oblivion, suggests he's directly comparable to his own attack potency, and Oblivion can destabilize all of reality. Kyle's even had his own power redirected at him, so I'd feel comfortable saying he's high outer in durability as well. Suck it versus BattleWiki. I have no idea if this will be a long one or not. I feel as if Kyle's scaling is fairly straightforward, but I'm curious to hear what you think. I grew up with the Jeff Johns Green Lantern runs, so Blackest Night and Brightest Day mean a lot to me. So you best believe I'm rooting for Kyle on Sunday, even if I think Simone has a better shot at taking it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, and as always, be excellent to each other.